Shalom. First thing first, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Waharak HaKadosh. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught us truth and do rule well. This is October 26th, verse of the day for that day, and it's Ephesians 3:16, that he would grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with might by his spirit in the inner man. And I'm going to go back over here real quick, because I definitely want to read that NLT. I pray, and I'll start at 14. When I think of all this, I fall to my knees and pray to the Father, the creator of everything in heaven and on earth. I pray that from his glorious, unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his spirit. Then Hamashiach will make his home in your heart as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down into Yahweh's love and keep you strong. All right. And the first thing I want to expound on are the riches of his glory. Because you have to understand, like, this is not just, someone who can only give you a little bit, but can necessarily give you all. Colossians 1:16, for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. All right, so first acknowledging that he would grant you according to the riches of his glory, that's giving you necessarily all these things, and understanding that not that he has to give you all these things, that nevertheless also none of these things could hinder him from anything. All right, and that him being Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right, 2 Peter 3:13, nevertheless we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right, so this is once again just expounding on the riches of his glory. All right, so that as it finishes up in that verse, to be strengthened with might by his spirit and the inner man. All right, and as we read in NLT, so I can go back up in NLT, it says, unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his spirit. And then that 17th verse, then Hamashiach will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. All right, so it's like a not a deal agreement, but it's a situation. All right, for us to believe and believe that he could grant us with all these things must mean that we have to believe in something. All right, our inner spirit has to believe in something, and that inner spirit that has to be given unto us has to be of Yahushai. All right, and the overall agreement with that, as it was in the old days, where we said we would follow these laws and standards to the best of our ability. Not to the best of our ability, we said that we would do them. Now we're following to the best of our ability, and also believing in Yahushai, that he's going to deliver us from our own iniquities and our own sins. And still, there is an agreement in place. But seek ye first, Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. It's like I keep yawning. So when you go back to the 17th verse again, you see, then Hamashiach will make his home in your hearts, and you trust in him. All right, so it's at the end, for conversation's sake, it is an agreement. All right, it is something that has to be conditioned in order to happen. All right, now that grace that is given unto us is from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, but this all falls in lines with all of that. All right, at the end of the day, starting back at the 14th verse, when I think of all this, I fall to my knees and pray to the Father, the creator of everything in heaven and on earth. I pray that from his glorious, unlimited resources, he will empower you with inner strength through his spirit. Then Hamashiach will make his home in your hearts, and you trust in him. All right, so that grace is given, then that wisdom is given, that knowledge is given, and that energy to necessarily do what is right at the end of the day. It's something that we want. It's something that we should always be asking for. All right. So, Lord's will, that was edifying, and shalom.